2, 1.
Welcome to Antimatters. Hello everyone. The Yellow Crazy Ants are up today. They're doing great since they got a Saturn in their last update. They're definitely growing. They're also being really messy, and they're little sugar fiends as well. They have tons of brood, but minging tubes at the minute. Normally, I wouldn't mind this, but these ants are mite magnets, so I'm going to sort that out later on in the video. Last update, they had maybe 20 workers, and a nice amount of brood. A whole bundle of eggs. Maybe 10 pupae stashed behind all of the ants. The queen had also mastered working it for the camera. They were fine in one tube though. Two months later, they are packing out 2 tubes now with tons of brood. I absolutely think it's brilliant. There could be maybe 75 workers I think as well. And I'm well chuffed about that. It's a proper dream come true. There's mountains of cocoons, and I'm pretty sure we're set for more explosions in population. All this exploding though is leaving its mark. Shredded cocoon cases litter the floor, and along with fruit fly scraps, there's loads of rubbish everywhere. They don't have a trash pile, so just chuck it on the floor. I do like the blue roach though. It must have got some sugar snaps on it. Even when surrounded by trash, they somehow manage to look brilliant, I think. Such long legs. Another issue I've found is they're definitely getting crazier. Their movements are way more erratic now, making them a pain to film. The macro lens makes it tricky to keep them focused. Every so often they sit down for a second though, and I can nearly get them in focus. Like the Outworld, the tubes also have trash everywhere. They're proper philosophical geniuses though, these ants, and when questioned why they don't clean and how they expect their children to grow up in such filth, they pointed out that their kids don't touch the floor, so it's not a problem and they don't need to tidy up. They have so many egg stashes though, hanging around, all from the ceiling and the walls. Because they're not going to clean their setup, I decided I'm going to have to do it. To make them all placid and not too crazy, I chucked in a drop of sugar snaps and let them at it for about half an hour. I figure once they're full, they'll just sit around being lazy, letting it all digest. Fingers crossed they'll give me a break when I start fiddling with all their tubes then. Of course, the Yellow Crazy Ants worked it for the camera, and I got a bit distracted at this point with the trophallaxis for a while. I swear you can see the blue going up and down their bodies sometimes, and I think it's really cool. They love sharing though, and it's good to see them give everybody a little bit of sugar snaps. The time came though to clean, and the dry tube was the first thing that needed to be removed. I chucked it in the Outworld, hoping that the ants would empty out, but then I remembered last time I did that, the ants took about, well, actually they never moved out of the tube and I had to flick them out. So decided, you know what, I'm not going to wait for them to move this time, I'm going to flick them straight out. Because they don't receive any fall damage, and there wasn't any brood or anything either, I wasn't too worried about just banging them out into the Saturn. So I moved the tubes about and added 2 new ones. In the commotion, the queen stirred, so I got a bit distracted again. She's an absolute beaut though. She seemed pretty disturbed, but I don't think it was that bad. She soon calmed down when she spotted a lens aimed at her. I'm worried she looks a bit slim at the minute, because her gaster looks a tiny bit tucked up. She has probably laid her body weight in eggs in the last few weeks, so maybe that's why she's a bit slim. Or maybe that's how she always looks. I'll have to look back at the old video. Less sugar, more protein diet though is something that's going to happen for sure. That should thicken her out a little bit. She's still productive though, so I'm going to say she's probably going to be alright. She's got a 6 out of 10 on the beard scale, implying she's moderately wise. Laying so many eggs you die is hopefully below her, as she is no fool. Outside the tubes, a minority has decided to hide in the corner of the satin as well, with a few eggs and cocoons. They're lost. If you look closely, they have 2 out of 10 on the beard scale beards, so it makes perfect sense that they're lost. Eventually, if they're lucky, they'll accidentally stumble upon home. I do enjoy watching the walking sapphires though. They look so good. They are growing so well and seem set to boom. So now that they've been cleaned out a bit and I've fed them some roach to apologise for the disturbance, I'm going to let them chill out again I think. Like the Manica, I'll always be worried about random queen deaths, but so far she seems pretty solid and is enjoying her satin. Which ant doesn't enjoy a satin though? Best nest in the world. I'll of course try to keep you all updated on their progress, but that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed and thanks for watching. May you and your ants live long and prosper, and bye!